What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again for another video, and today you already know I'm gonna be talking about Invincible yet again. Now what I wanted to do was go over real quick, just speculation, spitballing a few things here and there, what I think might happen in season 1. And I don't mean like the video I made before when I was talking about season 1, like possibilities and stuff like that. You can talk about this topic for at least 3 or 4 videos trying to break it all down, but what it comes down to is how exactly do you think they're gonna handle this? I mean, they have the characters that are going to be in season 1, or at least they announced the majority of them, but who else are going to be in there? How many original characters might they add, or how many liberties might they take to the story themselves? Are they going to add in all these new plot things that happen or don't happen in the comic book that might actually, become filler in the show and make it end on a note that we wasn't expecting, or maybe it will end somewhere that we do know in the comic? How far or how much of the comic will they actually cover before season 1 ends? Stuff like that. Now, my first video I made when I was talking about season 1 possibilities, I went over like how I could cover probably like the first 13 issues and end on a cliffhanger when Omni-Man reveals himself to be like, a Viltrumite, and then he ends up beating Mark half to death, and then all that stuff happens with Cecil Stedman and the Pentagon, and then all the reveals, and he becomes like a guy. He takes up pretty much Mark Grayson takes up his dad's previous job, working hand in hand with Cecil Stedman to try to like stop all of the main crises or like the shit going on in the world, and he becomes like a main hero and all this other good stuff. He meets all these other heroes like Capes and all these other pros and stuff like that, and then you just really get to see Mark become like a main role, or just like a main heavy hitter or main player in the world of Invincible and all these heroes and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. So it kind of makes you wonder, where is season 1 gonna end? We know where it's gonna begin if it starts just like the original comic book, but where are they gonna end it off, and where are they possibly gonna have to pick up from where they left off with season 2? Now, I was saying, like I said earlier, it could have ended there, but even if they did that, I don't think that would leave a lot of healthy material. Healthy material for them to cover in season 1, because not that much happens before that huge reveal. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, some shit does happen. The entire Guardians of the Globe gets wiped out. Invincible fights a few villains here and there for the first time, earlier in his career. But nothing super serious in the story really happens, or at least enough for a first season of a show. Now, they did say that each episode is going to be about an hour long in the first season. It's going to have 8 episodes, similar to The Boys' 8-episode seasons. Now, you can cover a lot in 8 episodes, as like certain shows can demonstrate. Another good example of that is Castlevania. I mean, the first season only had 4 episodes, and that was an amazing season. So it really doesn't matter what you have in there, it just matters what you do with the time that you have. But once again, what are they gonna do? I don't think they're gonna end it where I originally said, where Omni-Man reveals himself and they fight and all that. I don't think it's gonna end right there. Where I think will be a better place to actually end season 1 would be where Mark actually sees his father again. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens that they cut out, or they kind of speed through, or maybe just retell altogether. Like I said, there's no real knowledge on how much original material is going to be in season 1, but no doubt there's probably going to be. I mean, we've already heard that what's her name, Sonequa Martin Quinn, the chick that played Sasha in The Walking Dead, is going to be playing a female version of Green Ghost, which is new, because Green Ghost was actually a male in the comic, even though he wasn't really a major character. That's just one thing that just lets you know they're going to be changing some things. And how they did Amber, how they race swapped her, Zazie Beetz character. So those are just 2 examples, but then again, those are just character appearances. They might still act the same and do the same thing, but that's just an example of how they've taken creative liberties. So hands down, they're going to be adding more stuff into this season to at least further flesh out characters, villains, heroes, or whoever. I mean, for example, they got Mark Hamill to do the voice of Art. So there ain't no way in hell Art is gonna just have the little line here and there, or maybe one page here, one page there, like he does in the comic. He's probably gonna have a bigger role, or at least more lines than he does in the comic book series. And how they casted actors for the Mauler twins and Doc Seismic, like I mentioned in previous videos, they're probably gonna have a lot more screen time and a lot of stuff to do as well, especially Doc Seismic. While the Mauler twins were already like villains that popped up a lot in Invincible here and there, Doc Seismic didn't really pop up that much. I mean, he was in the story, don't get me wrong, and he had this epic fight where he used these creatures that he found underground, controlling them using the vibrations from like his gauntlets and stuff that he uses to fight. And he had like this army of subterranean monsters that he used to damn near subdue and take out the entire superhero force underground. Like, that was an epic fight. So, you know, I don't want to sleep on Doc Seismic. He done did some shit in the Invincible comic book series, but all in all, he isn't really in there that much, and he hasn't really done that much. So I already know they're probably going to add a lot more to him, his story, who he is, and stuff like that, or at least have him do more in the first season of the show. Maybe they'll just have him there for comedic purposes, just to get his ass beat like I did in the comic book, but I don't know. But just the way that they seem to be handling this says that they're going to be giving smaller characters more time, and with that happening, they're probably going to be just doing all new scenes and scenarios all together. So like I said, it makes you wonder, how much are they going to be putting from the comic in this first season? How much of it are they going to cover, and where is season 1 exactly going to end? Now, like I said earlier, I think that it should end where Mark sees his father again, where he meets his father again on that planet. I forgot what it's called, but you know, the planets that have like the praying mantis alien women and men, and they age rapidly. I think they have like the lifespan of like 6 months or something like that, or maybe just a year. They die super fast, and that's where we get to see Oliver first pop up, because you know, Omni-Man, he actually had sex with one of the aliens, and one of the aliens gave birth to Mark's little brother Oliver, who also has powers like a Viltrumite and stuff like that, but he ages quicker. Not nowhere near as quick as the aliens that are living there, but he does age pretty fast. And you know, he's an interesting character, cool character in Invincible, and I think they already got an actor to voice him as well. I seriously doubt that he's going to be in the first season though. Oliver is definitely like a season 2 character, but I don't know. I mean, we'll know when we see it. But like I said, at the point where Mark sees his father again, it's kind of like a cliffhanger on that issue when he sees his dad. At this point, he hadn't seen him in a long time, since his dad revealed that he was a Viltrumite and beat him half to death and essentially betrayed the entire planet. You know, revealing to everybody that yeah, he is the one who actually killed the Guardians of the Globe, and you know, he was sent to Earth not to be a hero, but to get it ready for Viltrumite takeover, and breaking Debbie Grayson's heart, you know, Invincible's mom, pretty much saying that she was a pet to him and he never really cared about her, and all that brutal stuff. I don't think they're gonna end it there. I think it'd be better for Invincible to actually see his dad for the first time after that and be shocked, and they can leave it there on that cliffhanger for people to wonder what exactly is going to happen when the show comes back. Is Mark and his father going to get into another brutal fight, which actually doesn't happen. Spoiler alert, it would still be awesome though, because if they picked up from where they left off on season 2, picking up from that point, then we would get this epic fight between Mark and his father going up against these other Viltrumites that actually come there on surprise, and they fight with Nolan, you know, Omni-Man, and Mark in this epic fight. I think it's 3 Viltrumites that just come up on him and fight him. Might be 2 on 2, but I think it's 3. But all in all, it was still an epic fight. Mark once again gets his ass beat like normally, but you know, that's Invincible. And I love it for that, just to see the struggle that Mark constantly has to go through with these brutal fights that he gets into. But yeah, man, with all the original content that they are most likely going to have in this season, It's just speculation. I can't really speak on it. All I can do is just go off what I think genuinely will happen. They'll probably, like I said, add more stuff to characters we already know. They'll add more to characters that we've always seen in the comics but didn't really have that much time. Like guaranteed, Duplicate is probably gonna have a lot more lines and stuff to do than just be a fucking thought for Explode to cheat on Adam Eve with. You know what I'm saying? And Cecil Stedman, saying that he's gonna be in season 1, portrayed by Walton Goggins. Absolutely love him. If you haven't seen Justified, watch it. Boyd Crowder is awesome. But yeah, to have Cecil Stedman in the first season, it shows that it's definitely at least gonna go past the part where I initially said that the season might end with Omni-Man revealing that he's part of the Viltrumites and stuff like that, because Cecil doesn't pop up until after that. So once again, makes you wonder where season 1 is going to end, because if it goes on past that and Cecil is going to be in the show and they're going to establish him as a character, what he does and everything, and his relationship with Invincible, then how much further can it go after that before they find a suitable spot to end season 1? Maybe they could end it by telling Alan the Alien's origin story and kind of future setup for what is going to happen in the future of the show with the Viltrumite War, and how Alan the Alien has connections to the coalition of planets, and how they're trying to come up with a plan to find suitable warriors to go up against the Viltrumite Empire. They could end it with that. So, you know, there's a lot of ways they could go about this. I know I would either end season 1 with the Alan the Alien centered issue, or, you know, just the episode talking about his backstory and how it connects with the overall narrative, or I would end season 1 with Mark bumping into his father on that planet, would leave it with like a cliffhanger on what exactly is it going to do to his father after everything that's happened, and after what happened on Earth in that last fight they was in. Then it's saying his father after all that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. Or maybe they might end season 1 on a more emotional point, where Mark explains everything that he went through and he tells the truth about his identity and who he is and stuff like that to his first love interest and girlfriend, Amber. That would also be a great place to end season 1, because there's this very emotional part in the comic book where Mark kind of just lays it all out on the table, tells her who he is, and explains to her everything that's happened up to this point with him and his father and all that. And that's the first time Mark ever really talked about it, and he breaks down and he really starts to feel it. And that would also be a very good, well acted, emotional spot to end season 1, and to kind of like get it ready for season 2. So there's 3 places you could end it for what I just said. The Alan the Alien scenario, where they just tell his origin and, you know, explain how it has to do with everything else in the story. They could just have Invincible breaking down, talking to Amber about everything he's been through, or Invincible reuniting with his father on that planet right before that brutal fight ensues, and they could pick up with that fight at the start of season 2. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you think is gonna happen in season 1, where exactly they could end it, what all they might put in there, what characters they might all put in there, villains, heroes. I'll make more videos about it. Let me know in the comments, man. You know, I would love to talk about Invincible. I want to see what you guys think. So like, dislike this video, hit the bell to be notified for more like this one, share this one, please. Let people know to subscribe to Thingos for all things Invincible, anime, manga, you know, movies, video games, and all that good stuff. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, will be dropping soon, October 2nd. I'm definitely going to be streaming that. Still can't wait that we live in a day and age where new Crash Bandicoot is right around the corner. But yes, guys, so stay tuned. Hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. And until next time, peace.